Go. Hello.
Hello, everybody. This is Winnie Wriggle.
And this is Physics. And as it may look like, we're in a super flat world right now.
We are. We're not at home. We've teleported to another universe.
And it is pretty much a different universe entirely.
Yeah, it is.
So we could start with, we are in creative because this is a test world actually. And this is my test world that I just created because I've been obsessed.
I'm standing on Physics' head.
And,
Right.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Okay. And I am like as bad as Winnie as F5.
In the F5ing? Yeah, especially in creative. Yeah, so I guess if we turn around, are we gonna do we need like a drum roll? Or turn
No, because I mean it's like it's a test world, so it looks like
turn
a
around.
test world.
Woohoo! I spy something that makes iron.
Yes.
I spy a lot of things that make iron.
It's a ridiculous number of iron farms.
It is.
So I've been totally obsessed with iron farms for a really long time.
She is, and I thought it would be a great idea to do an episode in her iron farm world because it's awesome. I also felt compelled to grief her world by building a house.
She made a house. It looks so nice. So
it's like a little house. It's a little physics house.
It's a lovely little house.
It's not furnished yet.
It's like, it looks so nice, and then I can run totally through it.
Exactly. She slams the door on me. I guess I'll put pressure plates in there. But yeah, so now you have a house to live in while you're in here working, so you don't get fatigued. I mean, there's not anywhere to sleep in there, but you know, you curl up on the floor with a zombie.
You should put a bed because I have like random beds around so that I could like.
Make the daylight cycle.
Yeah, mainly I want to get rid of the phantoms.
Oh yes, that makes very good sense. We can do that.
In fact, I don't think I've slept in a really long time. So
there we go.
Well,
there's a couple of beds in there. There's a couple of beds in there now.
And everybody's like probably wondering, like, okay, we're rambling. We don't tell anybody.
Okay, but we're gonna. Okay, so Physics has made Iron Farm designs, and she's invited me here to help focus her as she talks through some of her Iron Farm designs. And I just thought it would be amazing for y'all to see all the creative awesomeness that she's done.
And this is the first time we've seen this too, right?
Yeah, I've never been in here. Like, this is mysterious to me too.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say. I'm super excited.
When she comes staggering in the morning and says that she's been up till 3 a.m. working on stuff, this is it. This is the insomnia place right here.
So I built what I think actually is a pretty awesome iron farm that's 4 levels in our fishing adventures.
Yes, and it's amazing. And it's beautiful too.
And it's based off of like, hey, you're gonna dig a big pit and you're gonna have a slime farm. And so can you create an iron farm within the slime farm since you have all that awesome space?
Right.
And that's what this monstrosity right here is.
So this is the model. This is the model for the Iron Farm folks have seen in our Let's Play world.
Yes, but then it's like I wanted to be able to control every layer at the same time. So I recreated this, and actually, if we come over here,
it's just raining golems. Like it's just doing nothing but raining golems.
So if you come over here, like you ran away, but I ran away. I built this one by hand. So you wanted to know, I did not know how to clone when I built this over here.
Okay, so this one is the original, and you built it by hand because you're crazy. Well, this isn't too bad, but yeah.
It's not too bad. And so I was like, okay, well, I built this, but then I want more spawning platforms. So this gave me an idea. And this lower level here doesn't spawn because it needs to be 20 away. Like, I couldn't ever figure out in our world, like, why things weren't spawning. But if there's an iron golem within 19 blocks of the point of interest of your village, it will not spawn. And iron golems will spawn every 5, like, they'll do a look every 5 seconds. But there's certain criteria that have to be made, which basically means that an iron golem can spawn anytime between 30 to 40 seconds at the earliest. That's kind of if you have everything running.
Okay, and we were having
So-
issues in our Let's Play world where we weren't getting spawns on the lowest level.
Yes.
And the reason for that is that 19 block rule.
Right. When everything else was spawning at a really decent rate, that one actually stopped spawning at all. And that was because there was almost always iron golems being killed at the base. All right. So I fixed that problem. Well, what I did is, you can see close up, is this iron, I mean, not iron, but you've got a water column here, and this controls the trigger for every layer. And it's instantaneous, and you can go all the way up to build height and all the way down with the water column with no lag.
Okay, and the water column does what?
Okay, I have a timer that you're standing on top of,
Okay.
and I have a long timer, and then I have the short cycle timer. And the short cycle timer tells this to raise for basically 10-ish seconds.
And so is there an entity that goes up and down the water column?
Nope, all you have, this right here is a water bucket. And at this point, it gets turned on and off. So right now it's going, and then as soon as the cycle goes.
Oh, okay. So you have observers observing a state change in the bubble column.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm creating a state change right here. With,
So when
the
you
water bucket.
add,
Right here,
when you take away a solid block of water, the bubble column stops being a bubble column.
Yes, and that creates the state change.
And the observers are observing that state change, and that triggers the zombie piston system to push the zombies up into the villagers' line of sight.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. Should we go sleep? Because nighttime's annoying for...
Oh yeah, we have for video.
For video.
Plus I don't want to have phantoms, so we've got
Yeah.
a bit of phantoms going on.
Not that we can die in creative, but you know.
No, but I get hit by them every once in a while, and I wonder why I get knocked around.
They're just annoying. Not like they're not annoying in regular, but whatever. Okay. Okay, so that's very cool that it's the bubble column that is your trigger for this system. And I see what you're saying. So instead of it cascading from one layer to the other, every layer instantaneously senses the change in that bubble column state.
Yes.
Okay, that is cool. That is very cool, Fizicks. I don't think I've seen this done yet.
Not on an iron farm.
Did everybody get that? I'm going back on F5 to ask the question to the audience. So I'm going to explain it because Winnie is good at explaining complicated things in very simple terms. So one of the difficult things about redstone is sometimes to get a redstone signal, the same redstone signal to trigger multiple systems at the same time. Each floor of this iron farm you can think of as a separate system. Each floor has 2 zombies. Those zombies need to be raised up so the villagers can see them to trigger the villagers to be afraid and produce an iron golem as a solution to their fear, right? So by putting the observers against the water column, also I love that you've used glass bars as your barrier to keep the water from going anywhere. Like, it looks so cool. So every single one of these layers has that same system with the zombies and the villagers. And what Fizicks has done is just built a simple hopper clock down here. And at some predefined interval, it inserts a bucket of water to make the space in front of the dispenser a solid block. And as long as a column of water over a piece of soul sand is composed entirely of solid blocks, the column state is a bubble column. She also uses the same dispenser to pick up that water, and
it's also better if you don't have it the one directly above the soul sand.
Above the soul sand. Yeah, that was my next question.
Okay. Sorry.
No, that's good. So she's saying it works better to not use the bottom block as your turny off, turny on block.
Yes, it's faster. There's less delay if you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and see,
you
we
slide.
caught it. I caught that on film, so you could see
Yeah. It goes blip.
it goes blip. And
I
you'll
forget which
notice
way it is, but
the
yeah,
water
it's now
bucket
full.
is full, which means it's not a solid block right there, so it's not a bubble column. That is very cool. Okay, so that's the trigger for these iron farms. For this iron farm. And is this what you consider your final awesome design?
No.
Okay,
I
so
have two
this
more
was just
iterations.
okay. So this was you building
So
this awesome trigger.
This is the proof of concept.
Proof of concept.
And because I used this, you can use it as a elevator. Whee!
I'm waiting
So
for
when
it to turn on.
Yeah, it's
It's like every 30 seconds or
every
so.
40. Yeah, it's every 40 something.
I feel like
seconds.
I should be in NASA.
Mission Control, this is Winnie Wriggle. Can we have a countdown? Houston? Houston, do we have launch?
Momentarily.
Houston, we have... Oh,
Houston, we have crazy aborted launch. There we go. I ran into a dispenser. Whee! Houston, when should I stop? I'm still headed for the sky. Still going up. Still
You can stop
going
anytime you like.
up. Okay, yeah.
You're in orbit now.
I was just being facetious.
Yeah.
Coming back down.
So, on the timer clock, instead of using 2 sticky pistons for this one here, I use only 1, and then that way you get a subset. You only get 5 seconds every time you have your 40-second cycle.
Okay, I'm gonna get in here real close and film the circuit for people who, if you want to imitate this. So it looks like we've got.
Look at this. Come over here on the other side.
Okay. Oh, this is just a circuit. Sweet. Okay, piston, observer facing that way, powered rail, piston, sticky piston, redstone block. I'm gonna look at the top so folks can see it.
I don't know why there's this. Must be griefing.
Yes, you accidentally. 2 redstone torches
No,
on that side of the block, 2 redstone torches underneath. Repeaters facing into those blocks.
These are ethos. This is the ethos clock.
Okay.
Hopper clock. This is ethos hopper clock, but with Eximovoid tweak, so it could be tileable.
Oh, sweet. Okay. And
Or
I
it
think
could be
I've
impulse
gotten
to
every
use.
angle so you can see the hoppers face into each other. Powered rail. Only
they're exactly the same.
Oh, I see. 3 sticky pistons, 1 regular piston.
Yeah, and this one actually gets quasi updated.
A bud power. A bud.
Yeah.
Bud thing.
The bud power, so it's and that's why the non-sticky piston over here. This one gets quasi butt powered.
Okay, so this is
when it
Ethos
retracts, it waits.
clock with Eximovoid's update, which good job
Well-
going to the best of the best for your source.
Yes, but the not using a sticky piston here is I had to figure that out myself so that it could be a timer within a timer.
Yeah.
That way you can get that 5 seconds up. So this is as I put the sign here, the short cycle or the sub cycle, and then you have your total cycle time.
Oh, okay,
I
sweet.
couldn't figure out a way to make it separate, so this one will always cycle through, and then this is just a sub. It'll do a secondary action for however long you set it for once the main cycle.
Okay, cool. And it's running on, it looks like, what, 41 blocks? 40 blocks?
It's 20...
26
it's actually
slabs and
50 blocks.
blocks.
Yeah. It's 23 on one and then 50 on the other.
Okay, sweet.
Because this one will go twice, technically. Because you've got... So that's basically 100, which is about 40 seconds. So for every 5 blocks is 0.4 seconds. Something like that.
Okay.
I have a whole bunch of things written down, so sorry about the math on that I don't
No, it's all
remember.
good. We know what it is.
Okay, so so we got that point, and then my next iteration was, okay, I want to have as much landing space as possible, and that got me to this guy over here. So, and then, just nothing like
And
too
notice
different.
it's just like the next math I'm gonna have you do is how much iron is this producing? Like that's a lot of freaking golems.
It produces approximately 4 double chests. No, 4 double chests per hour of items.
That's amazing.
So it's over. Yeah, it's a lot. So okay, this is basically
Hold on,
the same thing.
I gotta do math. Alexa's gonna help me do some math. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alexa, what's 6 times 9?
54.
Yeah. Hold on. Alexa, hold on. Can't be quiet. Okay. Alexa, what's 54 times 64?
54 times 64 is 3,456.
Alexa, what's 3,456 times 4?
3,456 times 4 is 13,824.
13,824. Alexa, what's 13,824 divided by 64?
13,824.
No, it's times 64.
No, divided. I already did the 64. 216 stacks of iron an hour.
Yeah, that's right. But it's not iron.
It's iron and poppies.
It's 7 ninths is iron, 2 ninths is poppy.
Okay, but still, that's amazing.
Okay, so that has more spawning platforms, and then my next thought is, can I put this just in one chunk? What do you?
Okay.
So that is, where's my build? Over here on the far side. Okay, so that test there was, can I go to build height?
Yeah.
And I did, and
Which
it
you
worked
did.
fine.
And all your layers work.
See, notice like it's not lagging. It's like there's a little lag when
No,
they're
it's not bad at all.
falling,
Like I'm not getting any frame rate issues at all.
and I basically have let's see, that's 15.
And
That's
all
16
levels
floors.
and all levels are spawning even if I'm on the ground. The villagers are still like the chunk is loaded because I'm near enough.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. The whole thing is the whole test world basically is loaded.
It's okay. It's a little frame ratey up here, but it's still not bad.
It's when it switches over, when the actual pistons go and the iron golems follow.
And it's also using the same trigger that we talked about, which is that bubble column trigger.
Yes.
And the villager cells, I think I've heard you say in the past that somebody else designed the 3 villager with 1 bed.
Cell?
Yeah.
Yes. It was one of the tiny cells.
And then the zombie going up and down. The thing that you've done that's unique about that, I think, is a much longer period of time between the zombie going up and down.
Right. I tried to do basically a 40-second cycle and a 10-second trigger, like a 10-second scare. So they have a time to rest.
Okay. And it's time to sleep again.
Oh, well, I can just
or
set
just
the
change
day.
just change the day. Okay.
There you go. I just didn't want phantoms, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay. So
in one chunk was the next thought process, right?
In one, yes, and I was heading that way. It's on the back side here. This here is 10 levels all in one chunk.
Oh,
and that's
sweet.
The base.
Okay. So we're on a 16 by 16, and I think if I turn on chunk boundaries, y'all can see that this sits in a 1 by 1 chunk. That's pretty cool. It does. It's right inside the chunk. That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay. And it's
And
the same. Oh, now there's no bubble column trigger here.
oh, but there
Oh, it
is.
is. Oh, look at this. Okay. Okay, so she's tucked the trigger into basically what amounts to a column at the corner of the build.
Isn't that awesome?
That's pretty amazing. Oh, I see.
Look
And
how
you're
clean
doing
it
it
is.
using slime box to move the redstone to get the zombies up and down. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this to fire so I can watch this. So, reminder to folks: leaves are immovable blocks. That's why she's using them, so they can't be
Yes.
they can't be drug along.
And they're cheap and they're non-spawnable.
Yeah. Yep. See, so that line of redstone on those slime blocks moves into place. The zombie gets raised up for 10 seconds. And then the timer triggers that column to turn itself off and all the zombies go down. Also, I don't know if folks know that you can use husks and regular zombies for this scare tactic for villagers.
Yeah, I prefer, and you can actually use the pillagers,
Oh, that's cool. So whatever...
and they scare farther. So you could actually make like 6 of these be scared at the same time. I'm gonna kill off. Okay, if you look over here for a sec, there's a bunch of iron golems. I'm gonna kill those off, but I just made this farm about 30 minutes ago.
This one
and I'll
right next
explain
to
it.
us? Okay.
But I'm gonna kill them off. But I just want you to see that real quick.
Okay, cool. Okay, and this one, there's our villager pod. 3 villagers, 3 workstations, 1 bed. Goodbye, iron
this one here.
golems. Good riddance. There's a zombie here and a zombie here. So each zombie serves to scare 2 pods of villagers. There's a pod of villager on every corner. And we're doing a similar thing using the slime block rows. Huh. Okay, so explain to me your trigger on this. Yeah.
Okay, well, this one's... Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
All right, well...
So it's the same clock. I can see that.
It is the same clock, and it's exactly the same trigger. And I don't know. It
but
takes
there's no bubble
a
column.
second. There's no bubble column. This was meant to be a single layer. How can I get this to be the most efficient possible? And it's... Let's see if it'll happen. Should scare about 5 seconds. Sometimes leaving, I may have to reset this guy. What happens is, like, when it does spawn, I wonder if I can make this faster. No, there's no way to make it faster. I should turn up my game ticks or something. That's the only thing, is I sit there and I count. That's what takes me so long, is that if something goes
Allow
wrong.
me. Game rule, random tick speed, 3000. Boom. I don't know that that'll help. Let's see. Because I think the villagers still...
have to go through their whole cycle thing.
Whole cycle.
So the whole point on this is that when the iron golems spawn, the platform... Here, I'll show you. I'll get iron and make an iron golem for you so you can see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah,
another thing. I think folks are aware of it, but if you aren't, any of the iron farms nowadays in 1.14 and later with these villager pods, you need, I think, a day and night cycle to reset them for the villagers to start respawning golems. That's something to do with the fact
and this
that
one's actually
they
too
all need to
close
try to
that
sleep.
other one.
Yeah, they all need to try to sleep, and they all need to try to...
Where
Yeah, I'm next to you. I'm right next to you.
Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Okay, so I see you're going to make an iron golem. Gotcha.
Yes. All right, ready?
Yeah. Oh, I see. So they spawn on the slime blocks, and
And it shoots them straight down.
and it scoots them straight down. Is it because they touch the string, or is it because they've spawned? Oh, it's the string. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And it shoots them down. And then, like, see how you triggered and it got stuck because you, like, did a dual trigger?
Yeah.
When it's night, it resets. So it doesn't always do a double trigger like that. But I have it set, like, I have a different one. This is one of the original designs, but when they go to night, it'll trigger a reset. So you won't have too long, like it just triggered a reset. Is this the one night? Oh no, this one's set so it cycles. So every time it cycles, it'll reset if it gets screwed up.
If it gets stuck, okay.
So yeah. But generally, if you have an iron golem, it won't do that double spawn, but like we're twitchy.
Okay, so the string produces a redstone signal that's picked up by what? The redstone blocks?
So actually what I have going on is that it's that bud-powered blocks here. So if I put any trigger here, see?
Okay.
So the string comes back here and triggers. You can actually stand on this plate and it'll trigger it. Oh, did an iron golem fall? Yes. Yay.
Yes.
Finally. So the tripwire will trigger this guy right here. That block, the brown, or actually the black terracotta.
Yeah.
And the redstone here triggers the note block to do the bud power update. So it's a full strike instead of, if you have an observer, it does a double strike. Or if you had it just tripped, you see, it's like you just did a double strike.
Yeah.
And then it'll reset. And so that avoids that from happening as often when you have iron golem spawn. But you can throw any block and have it respawn. Like it doesn't, it's just an update.
It's anything. Okay, so the way a tripwire works is the signal is actually going through the block that the hook is attached to.
Here, I'll trip it for you so you can see.
No, I don't want to see. I want you to verbalize to me where the redstone signal is going. From the
It goes
tripwire
into that black
into the black block.
terracotta.
And the black, because that black terracotta block has been given a redstone signal that travels through to the piston underneath it.
Yes.
And that
the
piston
will extend,
drops that redstone block,
which powers
the note block. And the note block powers the two pistons on either side to jiggle the slime block rows to knock the golems off.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
And this is based off of Ray's works, but I wanted something more stable instead of using another type of timer with a redstone lead.
So tell me again how this differs from Ray's design. What specifically did you change?
Well, I didn't actually look at how he was doing this mechanism here, so I have no idea how he triggers the up and down.
Okay.
I mean, he does have tripwires.
Mm-hmm.
But he actually has it set where it's extended, and then it collapses, which is actually a faster way to do it. So if this was pointing downwards,
okay.
So basically, his is coming down and is extended, and then with the slime blocks. Sorry, I'm not very good at picking up items. I'm always I'm in inventory, which is not a big surprise. I keep when you hit E.
You know, you can
Right.
pick any block that's already in your inventory and use the middle click and it'll replace it with a new one.
Yes, but I got stuck in my inventory.
Okay.
So
that happens too.
that was my problem. I couldn't get out of my inventory because I kept hitting E.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ray's Works has it set up like this, where it's extended, and when it trips, it extends
Okay.
upwards.
So you just,
And I just
flipped the extension instead of going down. It goes, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
but There is a slight delay. Like his is slightly faster doing it the other way, but as I said, I was trying to get it to be kind of more compact. I mean, and so his is just as compact. He didn't have a tutorial or anything. I just kind of looked at it and played with some different ideas that he gave
Okay,
me.
sweet.
Yeah.
And I'll try to go find all the stuff she's talking about and link it in the description for this video, just so folks can have it as a reference.
Yeah. So Ray's works. He's awesome. Amazing things. Just amazing. And I mean, this does generate quite a bit. I have this running over here too, so they're competing with each other. That's one of the problems. Usually it's like raining. But it's also been running for a long time. I don't know why it's kind of not doing stuff. Of course, when we're maybe it's like usually raining, absolutely raining.
This one's cool though. I like that you flipped around so the spawning platforms are now in the middle with the golems traveling to the outside instead of the reverse, like what's on our server.
Right. Well, the reason why I had it the reverse is because it was built around the slime farm.
Yeah, exactly.
But as I said, this was the challenge of can I build it compactly into a chunk and maximize spawning space? And this thing here really does churn out. This is with 10 levels, you get four chests an hour.
That's phenomenal.
Like,
so it's not an Iron Titan, but it's pretty damn close, folks. Like,
and
call
like,
Tango
if you
Tech.
did this-
Or no, is that Tango or is it Impulse? I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I get y'all confused. I'll look it up. I get you confused. That's so rude. God, Winnie.
What?
Hold
I don't
on.
know why it was. Oh, you're looking up the.
I gotta look it up because I feel bad. Tango Tech is the Iron Titan. See, I'm not crazy. Okay.
Yeah, Tango Tech.
Tango Tech is the Iron Titan. All right.
Yeah, so this is my close attempt to the Titan. I don't know how many. What does his make?
His,
I mean, I guess
his
it
was like insanity. If you're talking 13,000 iron an hour, his was like 25,000 or something crazy. But that's pre 1.13. So
yeah. So Ray's works because it's infinitely tileable, but across the world, this is up and down. His is along the ground. You only can have one level flat, but you can just keep going. His uses like the nether and portals and stuff like that. You can get like 0.6 million iron an hour.
good lord.
Okay, but that's only capped because of number of villagers.
Yeah.
Okay. So it usually is raining. I feel so bad. Like it's wonder what it could be. Did we do something? Maybe changing the ticks, mate?
I put it back to 5 ticks.
Should we
I think we should
out
just
for a second?
Yeah,
it's not working at all. It's usually raining.
Let's both exit and reload the world. Like that's
okay.
Okay, I'm disconnected. You should disconnect.
So.
Let's give it a few seconds because then it's running on the server. I'll wait till I make sure I see 0 people in it.
Oh, really? Did it?
Okay, there. Reloaded.
Yeah, it usually is raining. Like I've got tons and tons of.
Well, we haven't let it cycle through a whole night yet, though. We slept and then we changed
that
times.
Sometimes is a problem.
So they need to sleep, right?
That's the only drawback I have to say.
There, go to sleep, villagers.
Oh yeah, we haven't let them sleep at all.
We haven't let them sleep at all. So let's let them get through this night.
Okay.
It's only a couple of minutes.
We'll head back over here. So next, I can talk about some other things here. So the one bed design, when we look at the cells, the drawback is that they have to get scared 3 times because they each have to get back in bed. And so when you first charge, it takes a second. So you do have to kind of run at night. So you wanted me to design an iron farm for you that would be kind of simple, right?
Yeah, I need
Um,
simple and small for my Winnie single player Let's Play. I'm
So over
playing.
here was my first concept idea, which is I've got a bubble column and he drops the zombie and it's caught by
Oh, I
the
see him.
web.
He's in the spider web.
Yes.
That's so cool.
And it's fun and and the spider web is 46 seconds. It's 23 per it's
Oh, I
actually
see.
it's
And so
13 seconds.
he's in the place where the villagers can see him while he's fallen through the spider web. And then
Okay,
what?
now it's
Oh, and then you have him piston pushed into a bubble column. Oh my god, that's the best thing ever. We need a name for this. This is like the falling zombie trigger. This is
Yep.
so cool. Oh, there he goes.
okay. So I have this, and believe me, I played around with this quite a bit. And
Oh,
this
I
is
see.
what I
And his
came up with.
cycle is 20 seconds. So it takes like about a minute for him to get through the whole thing. That's perfect.
Yes, but let me show you something.
Oh, and there goes an iron golem.
Yeah,
Nice.
it triggers each level. Generally, this will actually trigger 2 golems at a time. About 7 out of 10 times, which is not bad.
That's not bad
2.
at all. I mean, that's a chest full of iron right there. Can't complain about that.
Yeah. This one will get you about 5 stacks an hour, I think.
That's perfect. That's good.
Okay, and then I come over here. Did I do your final? Okay, this is my favorite. But
Okay, it's just a little cycle. Oh, that's badass.
It's a little cycle. And it gets the same number of iron golems as that 3 stack over there. Because they're not all triggered at the same time.
Okay, this guy, he's just waiting for a screenshot. Hold on. Falling zombie trigger of awesome. Spot. Oh, and he went back up. Okay. Look at me. Oh, good. He's facing the other way. That's perfect. Say cheese. He says. Falling spider zombie trigger. That's the best thing ever. Okay.
This one may have too many cats that have spawned. That's one of the problems.
Yeah,
But
the whole village is spawned cat. There are a lot of kitty cats.
Yeah, I was trying to capture them all so that when we start getting into the problem, but as you can see, it works. There's a chest full of iron on both sides.
And a pretty simple collection system. Now, the golems spawn on the slime blocks?
Yes.
Okay. And they have that same trigger you did where they get jiggled off.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We kind of skipped to the end because those are kind of the final design collection over there.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I did this one is so that for you can there's no lava in this.
That's perfect.
See, and they take however long you want. It takes 40 seconds, blah, 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 blah. But it takes 40 seconds for it to die on magma blocks. And it takes about 14 seconds for them to die in lava.
Cool.
And I wish
I see you have honey blocks in here. Was this?
I was playing around with like how to slow them down or make them faster or things like that. And the honey blocks don't really make a difference. The thing is, honey blocks are slightly smaller blocks. So you can't have them intermixed. If you had another block where he's at, he would get stuck.
Ah, okay.
I did kill off This is actually kind of my favorite design, but I did kill off the villagers because it's too close to this guy over here.
Yeah.
So,
So this one's
that's
not
rude.
producing iron right now because there's no villagers to scare.
I killed off the villagers.
So it's just a zombie pinball machine,
yes,
which
it
I
is.
love.
It's the zombie bubble machine.
I see. And you've given them things to hold so they don't despawn.
Yes, and they all have names. I did both,
That's
but I did
awesome.
try to get him.
It's funny. And I think you're
There we
calling-
go. We spawned one. Yay.
Oh, cool.
It's so annoying when it doesn't.
Oh, there he is.
This one I really usually love because it was consistently spawning 2 golems every time. I was in love with it. It was amazing. And it's disappointing me right now because it took like 5 minutes for it to finally spawn a golem. But sometimes they lose their professions after a while and then they have to get them again. And that will really mess things up.
Yeah, see, there was a villager slept.
See,
And there's another golem. Yeah, everything should be back to hunky dory once the sun comes up.
yeah. And I found that it takes about 20
And look at
minutes
this.
for it to be like
These poor
full.
golems. This skeleton is all like, "I hate you, golem. I hate you." I mean, yeah, you're gonna die down there. It's like golem versus skeleton. Nice last gasp, golem.
Here we
Rest in
go.
peace, my friend. You'll
For
make a
some
nice
reason, like when they're
bouquet.
yay.
Here, an homage to you. Are you ever gonna die, dude?
There we go. Yeah, about when
Someday.
his buddy shows up. I tell you, it takes 40 seconds for him to die.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the magma blocks are not fast. There we go.
Just in time for the next guy to show up.
Just in time for the next guy to show up. To give him a... there we go. A treat.
But believe it or not, the timer on this is pretty good. As I said, this one was my favorite because it was spawning consistently every 46
I
seconds.
love this whole,
See?
like, zombie in a... What was that game with the fish and the bubbles where you push the button to make the fish go through the thing, the little enclosed... Like...
And it's both sides. You can see through water. So it triggers both sides. I don't know.
Oh,
why
the
they're
villagers
not-
can see through the water. Okay, that's awesome. I don't think I knew
Yes.
that.
So generally you get 2 spawns. This really should give you 2 spawns every time.
That is awesome.
I might have... Is there still 3 guys there? Yes, there's still 3 guys in there. Here, I'll do this and see if that will trigger them to do more. Somebody made an egg for the iron golem. But it's super fast way to get rid of them. Because this is such a slow trigger, you want them to go. But
Yeah.
I think for you, instead of having all this redstone and slimes, you can just put a killing chamber up top.
Up top. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
And be just fine. So my next thing was how small can I go? All right. So I've gone from
From
big
massive
ass.
crazy up to build height, okay, to...
and so if I come down here, I had a bunch of stuff that I made chambers and
Okay, I have a question
had
for you.
things
How
Yes.
do you still have creeper holes in creative physics?
because the creepers go against the iron golems.
Oh,
and they
okay.
explode.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, you can't take her anywhere. There's creepers holes all over the place. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay, so now we're over here in the experimental area.
Yes. And oh, my guys are dead. Ah. See, I have a sign and it'd be like, is he still jumping? So it would remind me. And this, I was trying to figure out, I did all this crazy stuff and I wish I had some of them because they just end up breaking or they die. But I had
Oh, well, the zombies
zombies being like sprung up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a piston that was with slime blocks that were making zombies jump up and down. And so here's one design. You got zombified. So this was one attempt, but they're too close.
Oh, yeah, clearly. Okay, note to self, too close.
Too close. There is a good design that Ray's Works has also that uses an end rod, but it's broken. I don't believe it works because it was a 3x3x9 tall, which was amazing, and that's kind of pretty close to what that was. So I got here with this design, with this guy jumping on his own instead of having a piston.
Oh,
It's not
Oh,
fast.
he's trying to climb up, and so he can get up, but then he gets stuck in the... I love his name, Jitters. And they can see him, so they're triggering spawns.
Yes, this does work.
And that's 2 blocks away. Yeah, that's what I've seen. The closest I've seen is 2 blocks away. And the spider web holds him up and there's no piston. That's pretty cool.
And there's no water.
Which we love. Because redstone, water, bad.
I don't mind water. So this does work, but it's super, super slow. But then that gets me to this design over here, which is also repeated in my final. And this is for you. This is the design
The
that you
super
inspired.
tiny iron farm. I love this. This is fantastic. This is exactly what I need. Like, I can build this. I already have everything I need. Except for the villagers.
It spawns like twice every 5 minutes.
That's
As I said,
perfect. It's
super
just like slow, like constant iron farm type thing.
Yeah. But because it is scaring and it has such a questionable timing, I do recommend keeping the lava.
Okay. To get rid of the
'Cause you
golems
do
faster.
You want them get them, yes. Because
Okay.
otherwise then you're going to get like a spawn once every 5 minutes instead of 2.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. This is manageable. For sure. Okay.
But I do love the bubble column. Like, I think you should do the bubble column and do the same thing, but just put the killing chamber on top. One of the reasons why you could extend this down I put an extra chest. I mean, you can see that's not bad for about 2 hours worth of play.
No, that's perfect.
But I mean,
obsessively taking screenshots right now. Just so
But
I
yeah,
can
this is
use
like-
them as reference.
Certainly.
Cool.
So you inspired this.
That's awesome. I'm F5ing.
I did want to
I'm
make
so
it slightly.
excited. This is the Winnie farm. The Winnie inspired farm. Bonk. There, I've stuck myself with the zombie in the spider web. Bloop.
Nice job. But yeah, it's about every 90 seconds. But
That's perfect. I just need something to kind of passively
do stuff when
generate
you're running
iron
around.
for me while I'm running around the base. And I don't want anything big. Like,
Yeah.
my base is all like flower forest hippie mumbo jumbo. It's like there's no industrial
Oh.
anything.
But you can make like a tiny little stone house for this and
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I mean, it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6? Yeah, it's 6, but you've got to have the water contained. So that's really what's taking up the space. So it's like 6 by 6.
It's not bad at all.
But you actually do need a block under here.
Okay.
Like, you just can't have the trapdoor.
Okay.
If you do the trapdoor, he'll quit jumping after a while.
Well, that's funny.
See?
Oh.
Like this was a deal to make him. Thanks.
Crap. Okay, we're gonna hold on. What does he call the husk egg? My bad.
What did I name him? What was?
I
oh,
forgot to
man.
hit. Shit, why can't I put a block there? There we go. Oh my lord. There. Sorry. Here. Hold the name tag. There you
Yep,
go.
there you go. It's good. Yay. Husks are more likely to hold stuff than even zombies, I think.
And will he just spontaneously start jumping when he sees...
He will, but okay, so if you can spur him on by closing this, but you got to be careful because he could escape,
Okay, I see. Yeah. Oh,
like he just did.
like you just did.
But
get-
here you
move your
can push
butt.
him back.
Move your butt.
The other way. There we
Oh,
go.
there she is,
The
her
other
handy
way.
fishing rod. Yeah.
The other way to do it really is like they'll stay centered. You just throw your fishing rod and move around to the side and drag them towards you.
Okay,
That's
cool.
the best way to do it. Because yeah, if you wait too long, then it becomes because this is considered a invisible object or a not
Transparent.
invisible, but a transparent. Thank
Yeah.
you, transparent object. And so if you step into them, then it can be a problem. And that's one of the reasons why I have like the water flow in this way. I tried a couple of different things, but
I
then
like
the
your
iron
use
golem
of the
would spawn.
piston to be both to hold the villagers in and be the gap that they can see him through.
And actually, the gap you can even make it slightly smaller, so you can see the gap. That's the better way to see the gap.
Oh, I see. Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
And so that's like the tiniest gap, and it'll still work. But I go ahead and keep the bigger gap.
Yeah.
I'm super
That's
proud of this, actually. All these
pretty
things I'm super
awesome.
proud of. Getting this guy to jump was like a stroke of luck, maybe.
That, like, the jumping is so cool.
Because a lot of them have them in water, but they don't do anything in water. You have to have these dudes in water, which is fine. You can have the
Mhm.
villagers in water.
Yeah, I see
So-
over here you have villagers in water.
And this actually works. There's a whole bunch of different things. Like, Raceworks has this design for the tiny one, which I don't think works anymore, but he would be standing on a end rod. And then these guys are in water, and then the same thing with a piston is extended. But this actually worked until this one does work actually. This design right here. This this design actually works. It's just super slow, like even slower than the other one.
Well, it's
And-
not as neat and compact as this one, I don't think.
No, like I mean, you could do the same thing. You could just tear off. There's a lot of this other things here that you could tear off.
Yeah.
And then you can just have the water feature. So this 3x3, it actually, the problem with this one is that you have to get all the villagers in this corner. And I don't know how I did it. I can't get them to get in the corner again. See how they're
Oh,
all stacked up in the corner?
yeah. It has something to
Otherwise-
do with how the water behaves on a trapdoor.
Yeah, but if like just spawning them in, like what you can do is when they get out of bed one at a time, you can pull them into the corner and then they'll stay. But I couldn't repeat it.
And they
as I said,
have
it
to be in
really-
that corner to work.
Otherwise, they get turned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the zombie can reach him. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I want to go check on your one chunk and then the waterless design. Holy moly, the one chunk one is producing iron golems like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, so it looks like
This
they've all reset pretty fine. All the villagers are night. There's a villager in every bed. That's great. Oh,
Yeah.
and Iron Golem's working his way through the zombies.
Yeah, but I generally have to turn that one off to get this one to work better. But so here was yours recreated over here with my final products.
Okay. Oh, look.
And so you, yeah, see?
Nice.
So what did I name you? I think he's Jitters. Or he's not named at all. The other one was Jitters.
Yeah. Who I killed. Sorry.
You killed Jitters.
I killed Jitters.
So I made this today, earlier today, and you can see how many iron blocks it's got for you. Just goofing around.
Oh, nice. Yeah, see, it's perfect. I'm not a huge iron user, but like I went to make sheep farms and I used all my iron to make hoppers. I was just like, how did I manage that? In fact, you want to see my sheep farm design.
Of course.
I need an observer, a dispenser, a pair of shears. Some redstone dust. And some repeaters. And I think and some glass.
Glass is always good.
Alright, so folks that are watching my series have seen this, but
Okay, this is me. I'll let me know when you built it. Or should I watch you build it?
no, you should watch me because it is actually that easy. Like it's observer, dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need more shears.
You know the shears can also be in second level up. And it'll still work. Shears are such a pain to make.
They really are.
Although you can just repeat it. You only need one and then you just copy it.
There.
And then...
And... like, literally not fancy. And then I use glowstone because light.
Yeah, why not?
Thanks, Creeper.
Although that kills the grass underneath it, doesn't it?
Nope.
Oh, good.
Like a soul and like a soul. Do not make fun of my redstone.
Fine.
I could just hear her. I could. And then we need a chest and a hopper and a minecart.
What, 2 minecarts? 2 hyper...
Well, a hopper minecart and creative for sure. Oh, and a rail. Das Rail. Important. Rail. Hopper minecart.
You
Hopper
can raise...
minecart. That's it. Boom.
Nice.
So that's it. That's the whole sheep farm.
Very
Well,
nice.
except for the sheep.
There's some sheep in there.
Eight sheep per side. And nothing else. That's it, really. And then
Very nice.
as they eat, that magically, and then I just built a little hut around it to hide it, right?
Very nice.
And 2 of them, and it produced like, of course, all my sheep are different color. In about an hour, I got a stack of every color from them without helping the grass out at all. Just keeping it lit up well so the grass grows.
Perfect.
Super simple. There you go, folks.
You're not...
Instant sheep farm. Wool farm. Very, like, you could do this early game. Like, that redstone, there's nothing in terms of redstone. Really.
I would make it 1 shorter There's a couple of things I do different.
Yeah, like I just couldn't figure out. I spent too long trying to get the redstone to turn the corner that I just didn't care. So
Mm. Yeah, you end up having to use like 2 observers, but it's like it goes back, and then your shears end up being on the top level, and that will actually still shear the sheep.
oh, if it's up where the glass is,
Yeah,
okay.
it'll still shear if it's a level above.
Yeah, and I didn't bother even trying to move those
No.
around.
No. Cool. No, it's great to have a quick little. I spend too much time like trying to figure.
Refining? Yeah, no, I just wanted it to
Refining.
shear sheep. I didn't care what it looked like.
And I'm the weird person who like in when I'd code stuff, I would code it, and then for whatever reason, I would turn it all into like one line. Be like, oh, I can make this one page of code or whatever it was, just one line.
I can get all of this tightened down. But that's good. I mean, that's good for redstone troubleshooting for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so you could see this guy over here working now.
Oh yeah, it's going
See?
great
It
guns.
usually it's only when you stare at it doesn't go.
I love the zombies just consistently trying to get to the golems. And the golems are like, get out. Go away. Be launched across the world.
But I do like watching it rain. There
Have
we
you
go. See
noticed
too.
something else? Oh, do you have Enderman turned off?
No, the Endermen are on. They're griefing. Why?
I don't see any. Have you noticed? It's like it's a symptom. There's no Enderman. Like
there-
this happens in our world too, where we just don't get very many.
They did have a problem with some of the snapshots, but this isn't a snapshot.
This is we're in 1.15.2. In case folks need to know that. I'm compelled.
I just love watching that fall.
I'm compelled to do this.
Look at that. What are you doing?
I'm just compelled. It's my army of zombie villagers.
So that's not a bad little collection.
That's a great way to kill golems. Too bad you can't. Okay, mod idea of the day, folks. Somebody give me a mod that'll let me breed zombie villagers.
Breed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you already breed zombie villagers. You just take breed villagers and convert them.
Convert them into zombies? Yeah, we need one of those. Because then
Well, we
that's how
already
I'd
have
kill
one
my
of those.
golems.
Actually, what I would do, I would take a pillager and then have them shoot the iron golems until their weapons break, and then you have a tame pillager.
Okay, that's
Because they can't hurt you.
pretty cool.
And then you can boat them around
So if we do these
and
guys.
just lead them. Yeah, but it takes forever. It took me 20 minutes to get them to break. They'll end up...
Will they kill the
Let's
iron
see.
golems?
Oh, yeah.
With their...
I had to sit there and feed the iron golem. See, like...
Oh, it's just like a
Wow.
massacre. Okay, so we need to find a pillager outpost and make a combination pillager farm and golem farm. Right?
Yeah, but how many pillagers do you really need running around, or do you just want
No,
tame
like
ones
because
hanging out with names?
they'll spawn, and even if the golems kill them, they'll keep spawning. So you have an infinite way to kill your golems
Yeah, and an infinite number.
and an infinite number of pillagers. Well, I
Why
mean,
do
you
you want
hit the
infinite?
spawn cap. You can always build it so you can flush it out and kill your group, right?
What do you? I guess. Oh, you mean like have a water system?
Yeah,
or
like have
something
a
going.
water system to clear your pillagers.
See how that creeper's in there? Like that's how things get upset.
Was he in the... Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Rude.
he'll get pissed off and explode most likely. See, look at it
Not if we
rain.
kill him first. Why do I keep it in the golem? There we go. Nope. Can't hit the creepers. Save my life.
There you go.
Yeah, they're kind of indestructible.
It takes forever. It took me it took 20 minutes for them to shoot enough arrows on a non-enchanted bow. And then as soon as he was done, sorry, as soon as I got a pillager that was defanged, a zombie came over and killed him.
Oh, rude.
I know, because he was accidentally shot by him right before and then it broke on that last shot that aggroed the zombie, and then the zombie came and killed him.
Okay, there. Sorry, I had to build golems to get rid of the rest of the pillagers, clearly. Yeah,
Nice.
combination, pillager outpost, zombie farm, pillager and golem, iron golem farm. That would be awesome.
So when the iron golems are spawning, it does create a little lag.
Yeah, a little bit. That's right.
But that's to be expected, right? Because they're forming and falling.
Yeah. And these, goodness, this one chunk one is going great guns.
And this is 10 levels. And you can make it higher, but I think there probably kind of is a max because at a certain point, they don't quite spawn exactly at the same second. And so, I don't know. I feel like 5 levels is fine.
Here they come. Lots raiding golems.
But this is... I do love it. I mean,
Wow.
you have to have...
This is the one I want you to
Lava.
build in the jungle.
Okay. I can do that.
The one chunk.
I love this, the one chunk. It's beautiful. I think
It is
like this-
beautiful. It's sleek.
And you love my bubble. I love my bubble column, man. Like
Dude, the
how
bubble
I-
column is the best thing ever.
and how I actually got it in here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
having
takes
it
some
as
brain power.
in the column of the build is pretty genius.
You do have to keep it contained entirely because they act like pin bombs and they will pop out everywhere when they collide with each other.
Ah.
So that's why it has to be an entire glass enclosure.
Okay, I wondered. Otherwise, I see they pop outside of your. Oh yeah.
Yeah, otherwise they wouldn't fall into that zone. Like they would be iron golems out 4 chunks away. Not quite 4, but more like 10 blocks or so. And you don't want to, I don't want to create a killing area that's like 4
Here they
chunks big.
come.
Isn't that great?
That's amazing.
Really?
I'm kidding.
And this gets about, on average, 3 per level. I broke them early. Like, how are they doing? Yeah, they're
They're
full,
full.
right?
Yeah.
I broke this earlier before we got on, all the chests,
Oh my god.
and emptied out the hoppers.
Okay. So yeah, we'll call that one super efficient. Like you couldn't possibly use as much iron as this produces. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
maybe
think-
you could, but this is awesome.
And what I like about this too versus like the 6 million that you can get with is, or 0.6 million, you could run around and do stuff. Like this is actively loaded. The other one you have to get in a minecart, and then the way it's so efficient is that you have to go through a portal, and the act of going through a portal makes it faster. It's like takes 7 seconds or 4 seconds, but it acts like a full daylight cycle for the cell, the villager cell. And so when you come back, it respawns almost every time.
Okay.
And this is about as efficient as you can get per cycle. And
Without
it's
having to do anything special, like you just leave it and it does it for you. Like
Yeah,
it's just gonna spawn as long as it's here.
Yes.
So that's a question. Is there a way to turn it off? I guess you can turn off your clock and stop
Yes.
the zombies from going up and down. Yeah.
to turn it off, you come over here and put a redstone. I think you just knocked into me right there.
Yeah.
And that should keep it. Oh, that's up. I did it the wrong way. This is reversed from the other guys. No, that was the correct one. Oh, I see what my problem it needs to be. Ah, this one might be a little bit problematic. You have to put a redstone right here, and then when it ticks off, it'll lock.
Oh, okay.
But what was happening is that I was triggering this, the water column, to be
Ah,
on with the redstone.
with the powered
'Cause
rails.
it-
Yeah.
Right. But that turns it off right there. That is
Okay,
off.
cool. And so the zombies won't go up, so it won't trigger the villagers to spawn the golems. That's still
Yep.
amazing. I like it. I like it a lot. And I have good news and bad news. The good news is this is spectacular, and this has been crazy fun to come see your iron farm thought progression in your iron farm test world. The bad news is we're out of time. We've been on an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh. And I figured it would take like 15 minutes to get through all this.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I keep distracting us doing other weird random stuff, but still, I'm very excited about my super compact tiny iron farm. Thank you very much. This should be pretty easy. Folks can look forward to me building this in my next single player episode. Woo!
Oh, there we go. And we finish on a spawning.
Finish on a spawn. That's freaking spectacular.
Oh man. And
Oops.
it's not, as I said, it's not all that efficient, but it's just gonna run and chug, man.
Yeah, that's all I need. Little chuggy Minecraft farm. And I guess we can sign out from in front of your one chunk genius farm. This is awesome.
I just am so proud of the one chunk.
The one chunk is amazing.
mean-
And holy moly, does it produce iron.
Yeah. See, you just got 2 nice drops out of that. It just takes about 20 minutes for everything to get running, and we
Yeah,
like, when
that's
we let-
not unusual for
logged
the
out.
farms.
Well, we kept stopping the daylight cycle, and that messes stuff up. So
Yeah, true. Okay, well, this has been Winnie Wriggle
and physics. Thank
saying
you for
bye from our creative world. We'll hunt the dragon next Tuesday when we talk to y'all. Woo!
Dragon Hunters.
Dragon
Bye.
hunters. Bye.